Greetings, everyone. Greetings, everyone. I trust everyone is well and that everyone is good. Could you please close that door, my daughter? Sorry for my voice, guys. I was preaching all weekend. Apologies for my voice. I was preaching all weekend. I'm not even home yet. I didn't think I would ever come to the point where I have to do live to talk about myself or to talk about my personal life. Thank you. Can you guys even hear me? My voice is gone from the weekend. I never thought I'd ever have to come and do live, to come and discuss, especially my personal life, because it's exactly that. It's been personal. I feel that as a minister, yes, we must inspire people through our marriages and whatever it is that we go through. So that's why you would post your marriage and put it out there for people to inspire them. And then when things fall apart, the reason I kept quiet on it is because, number one, I felt the time was not right for me to talk about it. Number two, I had to think I'm a mother. Before anything, I'm a mother. I felt things that you put on the internet, they are always going to be on the internet. And as a mom, I don't have to put them on the internet, so I kept quiet. Thank you guys. I haven't even slept. This is hard for me because one day my children are gonna see this, and I didn't want my children to see such videos. I want my children to remember me as a mom that loved them and prayed for them and did the best that she could. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I was married for the past almost 5 years. Another reason I also didn't want to come live was because most people, they just there. They would come into the live or they will, when they start knowing your business, it makes some of your enemies happy. They're happy. We've got enemies. So I thought to myself that I would never come live. I would never respond because it will entertain my enemies. But truly speaking, I feel like the more I keep quiet, and I've been quiet for more than a year now, I feel like it's the more people just don't stop. They don't know when to stop. When my marriage was beautiful, I was married to a great man, and I'm not gonna be on this live and slander him and say my marriage was not good or that it was fake. No. The first 4 years of the marriage was beautiful, very beautiful. We had our ups and downs, we had our challenges, but it was good. More than anything, we lived for God. We loved God, and we loved ministry. We loved preaching. We loved taking territories for God and doing revivals. Then we were trusting God for a baby eventually, and we had a baby. I felt pregnant. When I was pregnant, my husband was good to me, very good to me. My marriage was good. It was good to me. I won't say it was bad. I won't lie, because I'm not going to talk from a place of bitterness. It was good. When we were pregnant, it was good. He was singing for the baby in my tummy. We're happy. We're happy. Then when I was 7 months pregnant, my husband traveled, decided to go home. As he went home, I think I've written this in my book, that from the moment he boarded the flight, I feel that was the end of our marriage. I am not going to go into details of what he did. He knows what he did. He knows all the things that he did. That's between him and God. And I'm not going to tell the world everything he did, because I will be taking away from God's vindication. I will await God to speak. But I was 7 months pregnant, he left. He was gone for 5 months. If some people can go on his page or whatever, he was gone for 5 months. So I gave birth alone. He could not come back. And he came back when the baby was 2 months. So in the 5 months, I continued with the pregnancy and I gave birth. And I didn't have a helper. I only was staying with the daughter that we had adopted. I adopted that girl since she was a bit youngish, and I was raising her. And I gave birth via C-section, so it was hectic, I don't have a helper, you must birth the baby, you've just given birth via C-section. It was hard. It was a very stressful time in my life, but God pulled me through. Nonetheless, the marriage from there started breaking, falling apart. But I kept my cool. As my husband was not coming back home, obviously I needed to go back to the church and make sure that his vision was running, which I did. I kept the vision running. I never had time to even heal properly from the pregnancy. I had to keep the vision running. My daughters know I loved my marriage so much that if my husband can ever be honest, my ex-husband can ever be honest to people, they will tell you that in the 5 years or so that I was married to him, I never even served him standing. I knelt before him when I served him, because I said to myself, why is it that every great woman of God, that their marriages don't work? I'm going to make sure that mine works. He was my king. I served him on my knees day in, day out. I was at the church, running the church. If you check his pictures from before we got married, and you check him when we got married, and you check him after, those who know him know my husband moved from being skinny black to looking good. I did him well. It's not perfect, but I did him well. And he didn't have much, but we built from the ground up. He had nothing when I met him. We built from the ground up. Money came, by God's grace, money came. And I was pregnant when money was coming. Money came in. I was pregnant. Left for home, gave birth alone. Money, yeah. Things just changed when money came. Things just changed. But the reason I'm doing this is because I'm finally speaking, is because I thought I'd never speak, because it's been more than a year of going through this. If you are staying in Bala or Wellington or were close to me at that time, you will know that. You will know that everybody has been given their own narrative. Many of them. There's that woman with a fake profile. The one who posted the thing, and that's a fake profile. I was waiting for them. Welcome. Anyway, so they said that, okay, the marriage was falling apart and I didn't want to be in the marriage anymore. I can't go into details of why I didn't want the marriage anymore, but if you knew me and knew how much I loved my marriage, people would know I never would have just left. I never would have just left. I never would have just left. I had worked too hard in the church. But also the church was exhausting for me because it's the same church that, because I'm from Johannesburg and I'm Xhosa, the same people were in the church who used to call me a witch, that I had bewitched their men of God, that I've bewitched their men of God, that I came with witchcraft powers and whatnot. A lot was said in my name, a lot. That was the narrative being pushed, that why are they doing this? They do this because of the evidence I have on my husband. And because when they were doing this, I told him that the day I get tired, or if you don't give me my money because of the divorce, I will show the people what you're about. They are doing this, trying to discredit me because they said my husband and his people fear my greatness. They just fear my greatness. And I'm not being arrogant. They fear my greatness. Oh, yes, I do. You guys have been wanting the evidence. I'm sure that's my husband actually typing. It's Babat, so don't mind him. That's my husband, my ex-husband. Anyway, when I decided I was going to leave, no, he's not one of them. That's my husband with his fake profile. It's the people that they put, they put to do whatever. Okay, anyway, as a mom, I was raising my child, trying to keep the church together, trying to keep the church. My husband was away, and sorry guys, it's because it's very hard for me. Anyway, my husband is away. If you go back, everything's on Facebook, everything is recorded. You will realize that the year that I gave birth to my daughter, my husband most of the time was not there. He was gone. Okay, so when I disagreed to how my husband was treating me and to what he was doing, and said, I will not stand for it. In fact, since we are getting dirty and they want to talk, there was a lot of unfaithfulness on my husband's part. And I decided I'm not going to stand for it. I'm going to leave. And when I decided that I was going to leave, and with my baby, they gathered in the office and said they are forming a committee that was going to break me. They took girls that were there at the beginning of my marriage in the church, who initially were dating my husband before I got to the church. They brought them back to the church so that they could fight me. They brought them back in the church so that they can help fight me. I remember I was doing, go back to my page and check. I remember I was doing a revival in Wellington. My husband's ex-girlfriend went to the hall and told the people in the hall to cancel my revival, that they must take me down. I cannot continue to do a revival. It's been so many things, guys. I can't put them in words. But the reason why they're doing this is because they wanted to push a narrative that I cheated on my husband and that he's the one who left me. Last year, I remember I've got the messages on my phone. They wanted my protocol to go and stand before the church. They put him in a call, and with his spiritual father, the same spiritual father who threatened to kill me if I ever spoke against JP. They told me that they want to push the narrative that I cheated on my husband. So my husband caught me cheating with my protocol, and since he caught me cheating, he's the one who divorced me. It's not true. And he knows it every day he goes to bed. At what point did I cheat on him? When I was a single mom, married to him but single, raising a newborn daughter, healing from a C-section, having no nanny in my house, and my house always has children from the church. At what point I was preaching and keeping the church going? At what point did I cheat? When would I have cheated? Because I was sweating on that altar night and day to keep his vision going while he was roaming around, moving from hotel to hotel. I have never, ever cheated on my husband. Ever. While he was my husband, I adored him. I loved him with everything that was within me, and I loved my marriage. I didn't even look at men. Even when he stopped me from taking invites, I didn't even take invites from men to go and preach, because I didn't want him to feel insecure about me going to preach. He knows that every day he goes to bed, he can create whatever and say whatever. For cheating, I have never, ever cheated on my husband. I loved that man. Sorry. I loved that man. I loved him so much. I adored him. I just wanted him to succeed. I raised our child, and they formed a committee, brought in the people that hated me before, and they said that the church must remove my seat from the church, and that they must block me. And that they must block me. The whole church blocked me. The same church I was preaching to was told to block me, and they blocked me. And they blocked me. People who were eating at my house night and day, people who were always in my house, people who I loved, people that like literally were there. I was alone. I mean, I came to the Western Cape because of this man. I didn't have friends. I don't have friends in the Western Cape. My husband was my best friend. My best friend. I didn't have friends in the Western Cape. So can you imagine, I'm going through this, everyone is blocking me, everyone is blocking me, everyone is blocking me. I'm breaking, I've got a newborn. I sank into depression. I couldn't preach. I couldn't preach. He took all the money, left me with nothing. And they've been trusting me to keep quiet and push whatever narrative, because they know that I care about my reputation, I care about my character. And every day they must threaten me that if you speak, people are not going to lose credibility in you, people are not going to follow you. But listen, so be it. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm doing this life because I'm tired. I've tried to be good. I've tried to be silent. I've tried to do what the Bible says you must do and just pray about it. But they wanted this reaction. It's fine. Like, it's fine. It's fine. But my ex-husband knows the truth. My ex-husband knows the truth. Anyway, needless to say, they approached my protocol. Like in our house, we always had sons and daughters staying with us. I could not go to gym because his father had threatened me that I was going to die. And I was scared that he would hire money. He would hire people to kill me. Because he didn't want it to seem like we've divorced, because obviously, you know, in this time we live in, divorce makes you lose credibility. So I knew that they would rather have me dead. I would call my family. My baby sister knows. I called her, sent her some of the evidence, and I would tell her that if something happens to me, let me know. Tell the family, tell whatever, because I don't know. So, okay. Only 6 people left the church with me. Only 6 people left the church with me. And from the 6 people that left the church with me, people would tell me every day. Now they were in the office. Now they're in the office. They're discussing how to take you down. I said, why would you take me down? We've got children together. What was I supposed to do? Sit and be made a fool of and be cheated on and be treated like nothing, sitting in that church. Somebody found me with my own church, found me preaching the gospel for so many years, and promised me that if you help me go up, I'm going to take you to go up with me. But throughout the years, I must just sit on that couch and not minister the gospel. I can't go to preaching invites. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. I must sit. And because he knows I love submission, I sat and shut up. I sat and shut up. I sat and shut up. If there's an argument, even if he's wrong, you're not preaching, you don't speak. It always goes back to my calling. I must be quiet. I was not preaching, traveling for most of the years. I was sitting there on that chair. And obviously, like any woman, you must submit. I only preached when he told me to preach. Yeah, I went through I see you, Lorraine. I went through that depression. 2021, I went through depression. 2021, I went through that depression you're talking about. I went through that depression you're talking about while I had a baby. Anyone. But what's even pushed me to depression is the fact that they wanted me to tell me to believe a lie, that just because he can brainwash and tell a church to block me and feed the church whatever he wants to feed them, he wanted to believe that I was not loved, that I was not important, that my ministry did not matter. But I'm loved, and they can't stand that I'm loved. They can't stand that people love me for my genuineness. They can't stand that. So The reason I'm doing this live is because last year, they decided that him and the spiritual father, that they were going to take me down. And that is where they brought his ex-girlfriends to start trying to block the holes. Then they approached my protocol and we're approaching people to go to the church. The people must come and stand in front of the church. And so I was caught with a man in bed, or I was caught like this, or in the house I'm using muti. Or somebody, they must say that they found something in my bag that is muti or something. Hi, sorry guys, sorry. I don't know what's happening. My house head, the girl that I had adopted, my house head, the prophets, you know, the ones that I put them together. My house always had people. So to keep face, the plan was that they are going to all testify that they caught me cheating on my husband and they caught me whatever. Okay. Because he did it, so I must appear like I did it. Yeah, they're calling me. They're not gonna stop this live. Anyway, they said I treated evil. I treated the people in the church badly. I was strict. Yes, I'm strict. I'm strict in the presence of God. I'm strict. I wanted order in the church, maintaining his vision. But I'm not fake. And I'm not mean. I'm not evil. I'm not evil. I've never been evil. I've been walking the path. In fact, I lost many people who loved me and followed me because I got married to that man, because many people warned me and told me not to marry him. But I didn't listen. I didn't listen. And now I'm paying for not listening. I should have listened. When I would have preaching engagements, they would SMS the people. JP, with your fake comment, relax. I know you want the proof. Relax. I'll upload the proof. Don't stress. When I would, why it must be like that? Sorry guys, I don't know what's happening. Nothing. Okay. Why must it be like that? Why must it be like that? Why must it be like that? Yeah, guys. Sure. You know, to have your life put on display like that, nasty, petty. I disobeyed God, I know, yeah. I disobeyed God. I never should have gotten married. My family was not even at the wedding because I never should have married that man, but that was my mistake. That was my mistake. But my family didn't even go to that wedding because they didn't approve. But because I was in love and I had the pressure of ministry because I was running the church as a single woman in ministry. A lot of people know how much pressure is put. Sorry, guys. A lot of pressure is put on single women who are in ministry. And I was running a church and they keep on asking you, oh, you're not getting married. I felt the pressure of ministry as a single woman who had a church, and I'd been coming through. I'd been coming out of a fast, and immediately I was like, okay. He said, you're my wife. I thought, okay, let me marry this guy. Maybe he's the one. And that's my mistake. He's from Cameroon. He's originally from Cameroon. Last year they started now when they saw that, because I took a break, they blocked me, and I took a break from ministry because I needed, sorry guys, if I'm cutting. I took a break, they blocked me, and I took a break from ministry because obviously I was depressed. I didn't want to preach from a place of bitterness. I didn't want to preach from a broken place at that time because I was too broken anyway. So I took time out from preaching. When I decided to go back to preaching in the Western Cape, I was still preaching. Am I still cutting? Angelica says I'm cutting. Am I still cutting? When I took a break, when I decided I was going back to ministry, that's when the war started. That's when the war started. Because I went back to ministry, and he was scared that I'm going to take his members in the Western Cape because people love me. They love me. They genuinely do. Even though at that time I didn't believe it. But people love me. I started preaching. 6 people left the church with me. 6 people left the church with me. He called the agent where we were staying. He told me if she can't afford, she can move out. Told people, lied to people and said he gave me money. Never gave me any money. After years of making him rich, go check his Facebook and see if before me he ever had a cent. I found him with nothing. He's rich. Left me with 2,500 as maintenance for the child. Called one of his pastors for them to sell my car. And they did. So when they saw me back preaching, they were irritated. The first thing that they did was to try and cancel my revivals, and his ex-girlfriends, they would go and try and cancel my revivals, and that didn't work. Number 2, the second thing that he did, go back on his page, or maybe he has deleted it by now, but it's still in social media. Check for a post where he was announcing our divorce. The day he announced that him and I are divorced and have been divorced for 5 months, we had been divorced for 5 months, exactly as he had said. But I'd been quiet about it. But he chose to announce that him and I are divorced exactly on the day that I was in Botswana and I was about to preach to women to inspire them. And he wanted to discredit me to my hosts and to the people I was going to preach to. Obviously, if you're about to step into a service. I remember one of my friends even wrote on that status and said, couldn't you have waited, if you ever loved your woman at all, your wife at all, couldn't you have waited to announce your divorce when she's back from Botswana? But he announced it exactly on the day. And he sent me a message and said, I'm going to announce it. Go back and just Google Prophetess Nam and Apostle JP divorce. You will see that, and then come back to my page. You will see that I was in Botswana ministering, and he thought that maybe my invite was because maybe of marriage. People have never loved me for marriage. Anyway, most people didn't even know that I was married. People, even those who knew I was married, didn't even care much about him. They just loved me and my ministration. But he announced it on that day. It's there on Facebook. But I preached. By God's grace, I had the strength. I preached. Then it went to where I want to go to. They offered my head protocol. There's a guy, one of my head protocols, who came out with me from the church, who's the one I traveled with. So they offered him and said, you are the closest person to Nam. If you speak, people will listen. At that point, I should have listened. I should have maybe, whatever. I should have done something about it, but I didn't do anything about it. Needless to say, him and the 6 people were there for me, and they loved me, and I went through the depression, and I went out of the marriage, and I was healing. I was okay. Life was going on, but I was not preaching. I kept taking breaks from preaching. So anyway, now I don't know whether my so-called protocol, I don't believe he was working with them, but at that time, yes. I don't believe that he was working with them at the time, or whatever it was, but during this time, obviously life went on, moved on. But obviously because of the evidence that I had, okay, I'm vulnerable, I'm single, I'll be married. Then he approached me, he liked me, I liked him. I said I liked him. But again, I wanted to get married, and I'm going to get married anyway, and I'm going to fall in love. I am going to fall in love. I love love. I think people who read my book launch know I love love. I love to be loved. I love love. And I am going to get married again. I'll never be bitter. I'll never hate marriage because of that. But anyway, so during the process of this, him and I, we liked each other, and there was a spark, and my ex-husband found out about this. When my ex-husband found out about this, he started swearing. It was nice when he would tell me that my private parts are old, and that is why he is sleeping with young girls. But for me to date somebody else now, it hurt him. It hurt him. So I made the mistake that I made anyway. I think the whole thing was planned. Obviously, maybe it was planned to set me up. But I made that mistake. Then I told my spiritual father that, my spiritual father, look, this is what happened, the mistake that happened, because I was vulnerable and this was happening. This with my protocol, whatever. But I have told him that I want us to do what is right before God. If he really would ever want to marry me, then this time around I'm going to have to get the blessing of my parents. I'm going to have to get the blessing of my spiritual father. So he then went to a spiritual retreat. Obviously, I'm a single, I'm a beautiful woman. I love love. He then went to a spiritual retreat with my spiritual father, and whatever happened there, I don't know. But my spiritual father then said to him, I am not against you being with Nam, ever being with Nam, but wait it out. This is not the time. Then he called me, and when he called me, to his office, he said to me, my daughter, God is taking you somewhere. You've just come out of a mess. I don't want you in anything that looks like a relationship. I believe it was planned, yes, because I'll always be transparent. I have to tell my truth, because I'm tired of being blackmailed and made like I'm the bad person. They said, so it means it was planned, because they did try to get him before. And after this, I would post the message I sent him in August, where I said, why were you offering my protocol money to create a story in my name? So I believe even every other thing was framed. So, because when they now offered him money, they wanted to act like they can date it back and say, oh, you started dating, whatever fling you have, whatever it was, whatever crush, whatever it was, you started dating when you were still married. The story was supposed to be like that. But anyway, it didn't work out like that. So if I'm going to post the screen grab, if I had cheated on my husband, why is it that throughout last year he spent time apologizing to me? If somebody has cheated on you, you are not going to be the one that apologizes, right? But I will upload because they want us to get dirty and be messy. And I was telling my daughter who invited me that I've kept quiet because is his age what hurts you? He's not even 20, but is his age what hurts you? His age what hurts you? It was good when you were with 18 and 19-year-olds, right? Okay. Anyway. I'm a single woman. I'm a divorced woman. I'm single, so I can do what I want. Anyway, so now they did that and got him. I don't know whether he was also part of the plan, but I'm very close with his family, so I don't want to speak about my protocol in a bad manner, but because I love his family and his family loves me, and I know that he is genuinely someone younger than me, and he is genuinely somebody good, but he got caught up in whatever he got caught up in. But as I said, my spiritual father told me, stay out of it. Nam, you are not ready for any relationship. Yes, it's been more than a year that you guys have split, but I don't approve of this relationship. And I told that person that we cannot have a relationship because my spiritual father and my family do not approve. I have disobeyed him once, and I'm scared to disobey him again. That is where now I think the anger and everything that was happening started happening. And maybe the partnership started happening. And they planned what they planned that they're going to upload. Okay, if they have, I will put it since I know they are listening. If they have evidence against me doing anything that is wrong, or maybe caught up in any other bad thing, or found muti in my thing, or whatever they were saying, let them post it, because the only thing they've always capitalized on is the protocol thing. Okay. It's the protocol thing. And apart from that, nothing. Okay, so now I'm doing this because this week I was in Saldanha preaching, and like he always does, and his team, when I'm preaching, I'm gonna upload the videos, you're gonna see me. I've been in Saldanha preaching, and since I've been preaching in Saldanha, it hurt them. And in March, I'm going to the United States. And it hurt them because they thought when they blocked me, when they took the money and the stuff from me, that I was going to perish. When I released my book, Undefeated, it killed them. And they said they are not going to rest until they bury me. But they cannot bury me. They did not call me. They cannot bury me. They did not call me. I have lived genuinely as a woman of God for years in singlehood. I have lived genuinely. He found me as a genuine woman of God. That's why I wrote sermons for him. That's why I prayed with him. That's why I did whatever I did. He knows it. He knows it. He can pretend with his stupid church. You read the book and that you would talk about this. Yes, I have to talk about it because I'm a leader, and a lot of other women who are in ministry are quiet also because of me, because we are scared that people are not going to love us. But I would rather people love me for me than to love me for truth, because I never got into marriage thinking that one day it will do this. I never thought, nobody gets into marriage thinking that I've got a child with this man. By the way, there's a baby in the middle of this who's only a year old. So I never got into marriage, and his family adores me. And I didn't want to talk because I know that my mother-in-law is going to be so disappointed. But I'm tired. I am tired. I am exhausted, guys. I'm human. I've been quiet for almost 2 years. I'm tired. Let whatever must happen. If they say they're taking me down, let them take me down now. It's going to pass. I'm tired of the rumors. I'm tired of the comments. I get invited by people, and when I get there, the people already have bad information about me, but thank God that they invite me regardless. I'm tired. Like, I'm explaining myself bit by bit by bit by bit here, and every time. I mean, these people are pursuing. It's been almost 2 years I'm living my life, but they don't stop. Let whatever, because they know that I'm scared of bad publicity. I'm scared of all of this that's happening. So they were counting on my silence to never speak. And for as long as I keep quiet, the world has one narrative. The world has one narrative, his view, because he's got the church, he's got the people. You can lie to them and brainwash them. Then they come against this one woman. Even the last message I sent him, I said, how can one church be fighting one woman? I am just one woman. One woman. You've got the money, you took the money, you are living lavishly in Lesotho and in Cape Town. I gave you the money. I didn't even fight for it. I could have fought for it because I deserve it, because he didn't have a cent when I met him. I didn't fight for the money. I said, take the money. Take it, everything. What do you want from me? What do you want? What does my ex-husband still want from me? He wants me to suffer because he cheated on me, asked for me to have threesomes with him, and I refused. So I'm suffering because I said no to a threesome as a married woman. I'm suffering for that. What should I have done? I should have stayed in that marriage. I was supposed to stay in that marriage and do what? Accept all the other women and everything that was happening. I was supposed to accept it. I was supposed to sit and accept it. I prayed about it. It didn't change. It didn't change. I was the perfect good wife sitting there and taking it. It didn't change. But I was not going to sit there any long. I couldn't take it anymore. The emotional abuse, the breakdown, being told that I'm fat, I'm not good looking anymore, and since I've had a baby, I'm not good looking anymore. I've left myself. The emotional abuse, I couldn't sit there and take that anymore. I couldn't. Being made like I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough. A calling is not being a celebrity. So since they're looking for fame, let them be famous. I'm only doing this because I need to free myself, because I've been quiet for so long. That church and my ex-husband have put me through hell. My nanny knows it. There were days when I wasn't able to get out of bed. Guys, divorce is painful. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, and that's why I talk about it and strengthen other women. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I even encourage couples not to ever divorce because it's painful. My auntie knows I couldn't get up sometimes in bed. I couldn't even get up in bed. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't do anything. And now that I'm picking myself up, trying to be the best for my children, they still can't stand it. They still can't stand it. So let them do their best. Let them do their best. Let them do their worst. I just feel much better now. And I hope other women through this life will learn to come out of it. I wish I'd spoken sooner, but it's not easy, guys. Like, it's not easy to speak up. It's not easy, and they are counting on our silence because they tell you, keep quiet. Everyone is counting on our silence. So, and most of the world anyway, our world is for men. Our world, a man can divorce, people will still love him. But when it is you as a woman, you are seen as you are down. So a lot of women keep quiet because a lot of people keep quiet because who's going to believe you? You are a pastor's wife. Who's going to believe you? Who must believe you, pastor's wife? People believe the man. And I stay in a country in South Africa where many people love, especially male ministers who are not from this country. Because my ex-husband is not a South African. I've kept quiet for almost 2 years now, and I've been wanting to do this live, but I couldn't. I didn't have the boldness. But this is somebody that even this December, this person, by the way, this December, I released my child to go and spend time with him. He was with my child and his girlfriend. I never had a problem with him. And I thought I could have said no to him and been bitter and said, you're not going to see your daughter. Because he's a deadbeat father anyway. He's a deadbeat father. He talks to his daughter once every 3 months. But in spite of all of that, when he said, I want to see my daughter after whatever months it was, I said, fine. Because I had healed and moved on from him and thought at some point in time, he has moved on. He's happy. I'm happy for him. I want him to marry. I want him to enjoy his life. I am good. I don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him and will never want him back. So I wanted him to have that. And the reason I didn't speak up as well is because I wanted him and his church. For him, I was okay with him telling his church whatever he had told his church about me, whatever lies him and his church were gathering against me. I was okay with them having that lie and then keep it among themselves, whatever. I didn't care. But I feel like constantly they were pursuing me. They are pursuing me. Like they won't leave me alone. Why must you do what you're doing every time when I'm from preaching? Why? And I know my parents, my family is not going to be happy because I spoke, but because they told me to keep quiet. But I'm tired, guys, of being quiet. I'm tired. I'm tired of being quiet. What does my relationship have to do with anything? So what? So what? Anyway, I'm gonna leave with this for now. I wanna see if I can find something. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it. Let me see. Because this is what they want. They are after.
There is something that has happened that you will not be happy, and you will never be happy till Jesus comes. But I'll tell you, irrespective of everything, always know that I call her my angel, my Valentine.
Because I felt like as somebody that I trusted, you had no right to capitalize on what was paid to me.
Sorry. Listen. On that night, I accused you of being a lesbian. I accused you of all those things. Of course, now you've had your mistakes too. But
because I felt like as somebody that I trust. Because I felt like as somebody that I trusted, you had no right to capitalize on what was paid to me.
Sorry. Listen. On that night, I accused you of being a lesbian. I accused you of all those things. You said JP. In your anger, you said JP. One thing that brought us together is that you are a true man of God. No, I've never gone to Ghana. I've never gone to get a ring or a bracelet for power. You know. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. We stood and made a vow before God. Of course, now you've had your mistakes too, but I missed them more. I missed them more than ever.
I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this. I don't know if you guys... Can you guys hear?
Family or whoever says what. At the end of the day,
Can you guys hear?
when you know someone for yourself, no one can tell who they are. I'm serious. Take some time.
Can you guys hear it, please?
No, don't say anything. Just.
I want you guys to...
Don't come in. Entertain them. No, I'm just saying, rubbish. You change what all the drama you can do.
Don't say anything. Just.
You don't come in.
Amazara, you will not be happy. And you will never be happy till Jesus comes. I remember you were very scared. You didn't want to.
Can you guys hear? Okay. Sorry, let me hold it like this. I want you guys to hear.
I remember you were very scared. You didn't want to give up your apartment. You stayed like 4 months, 5 months to 6 months before you say, okay, I'm going to give up my apartment. You didn't want to stop renting your apartment because you were not sure about it. I convinced you to give up the apartment. You saw me do charity while I don't give you money. I understand now why you used to talk that I'm fake. I understand now. I understand why you used to insult me and say I'm fake. You had a point, you had a reason to. I don't know what happened. I don't know. When I was sick, I had COVID and you were pregnant. You risked your life to have physical contact. When there was a scandal, you did everything you could. Threaten people, you covered it up. Hey, John Paul, I don't know what came over me. But I want you to know that the things I said about you yesterday in the church, in your Mother's Day, I didn't fake it. I mean it. But that doesn't fix what I did. I remember very well. Baby, please, let's do a wide wedding. Baby, let's do a wide wedding. Our wedding was poor. The wedding was poor. If you look at the pictures, we look like beggars in that wedding. But I didn't have money that time, and you know I didn't have. He said to me, JP, you are a money-making machine, you are a magnet. We're going to work together and you make money. I didn't do you well. Like you always say, like I'm many things, but I'm not evil. I have a conscience. Sometimes when you are in something, your conscience don't judge you that time. It's like I'm sinking into depression. I'm not thinking. I haven't slept 3 days. I haven't slept. I'm stressed. It's like I'm seeing stuff. I'm not right. You fought for me. I remember when I locked you in the house for 3 months. Because I was ashamed to show people that I'm with you because of the things that I had done. You stayed, you cooked, you ironed clothes, you washed. You never stole from me. You never took a cent from me. I started with you when there was no one. And you saw others earn a big salary and earn big money. I'm talking to you, I'm crying, but you are there. You watch people being paid. You watch the bank statement. People being paid. My employees, the females and the male, being paid. People who just came yesterday, they don't know the story. They don't know the suffering. They don't know the struggle. People insulted you because of me. You with you. Everything. Everything you went through was because of me. Yes, you have your faults. Every human being does. Yes, there were times I was not happy with you. But I was not good to you. 4 years you dedicated your life, served me, kneeled down, served me food. Every insult I've ever insulted you, I take it back. I'm sorry. Everything I've ever said against you, I take it back. I'm sorry. I pushed you to become a drunkard. You are not a drunkard. You are not a lesbian now. You are not. I pushed you. I caused it. I turned you into a cycle. And then I will insult you and laugh. I've been praying. You are not a drunkard. You are doing it. My deliverance started when I saw you yesterday morning. And you don't know that I went to the car and I cried alone. I cried. When I saw you yesterday, you are the one who used to tell me as a pastor, I'm sober. When I saw you yesterday, now I'm like that again. Ever. I don't want to ever see like that again. Until you take the daughters and son to go drinking with you. You had a child like with one man. When I came, you were like, okay, this man will give me rest. I gave him more pain. You stood there every day, talk saying I'm a good man of God. What did I do to you? Instead, I did bad. Then, you fought with Confronting. They took a flight, pushing trolleys, came over me. Oh God. Oh my God.
No, he was not apologizing to apologize. Anyway, that's part of the recording. The recording is over 20 minutes. The day he sent this recording, the day he called and I recorded him, was the day that when this was starting and the baby was young and I was broken, I was supposed to drink medication, and he's a drunkard most now. He's a drunkard pastor. He would bring his boys in the house and get them to be drinking in the house, which I told him it can't happen. So anyway, He then, my doctor offered me medications for depression. Oh, I collapsed, sorry. I was so stressed that while he was there, I collapsed, I fell. Then I had to be rushed to the hospital because of stress. I collapsed. After I collapsed and they took me to the hospital, the doctor spoke to me and said, Nam, you've got to take care of yourself. You've got children. Be careful. You've got children. And you can't die because of a man. Then he gave me a medication. If you read in my book, you will read that I talk about when I was raped as a child. I was raped. And in my book, I write about the fact that after I was raped, I lost my identity. I didn't want men. I hated men. I hated men. I hated men. So that was happened when I was 16. I was 16, 17. I was 16, 17. I hated men. And he used that on that day. He used that as a weapon. And he said to me, Nam, why are you refusing for me and you to have a threesome or to have another girl? You once told me that you liked women. I said, get thee behind me, devil. That was a 17-year-old going through hell. That's why in this audio he was apologizing, said, I called you a lesbian. He was abusive, calling me by my testimony, by what I said as a child. He used what was a sore point as a child because I was raped and I hated men because I was not born again at 17. And he used it as an excuse to try and implant seeds in my head and mess with my head and tell me that what would be so hard if I was with you and another woman, because in your childhood you've dated women. I said to him, how dare you even ask me of something like that? I didn't even know what I was doing as a teenager in all these years after I got born again. Like literally, I've got a son who is 13 years old. Since the age of 21, I never ever struggled with that ever. Then he said to me, but other big ministers in the church and this other prophet whose name I will not mention, he said, this prophet has just cheated on his wife and done whatever, and his wife is cool with it. Why would you break a whole marriage because of that? I was broken because this was my story. But obviously, it's not something that I don't talk about. I talk about it. Hence, there's a girl who was a lesbian in my house that who used to hide me in the church, that I once made her to do a testimony. And I said to her, God is going to change your story. This is what God did for me. So he used that. And then him and his nephews and all these people, because they are drunkards, he started drinking only now that he's old. He never used to drink. He just started when I was pregnant. And they would come to my house, and on this day I was so down. And obviously what narcissists do is, like, if you're on meds, they will push you to drink your meds because they want you to seem like you are mad. And they will want you to take the wine or do whatever because he wants you to be like, here, cope, do it, do this because I'm like this. But fortunately, I've got a good spiritual father. I told my spiritual father everything. I said, this marriage, if I stay in this marriage, one time him and I had a bad argument, very bad argument, and the kids were there. I had always kept quiet, but because of the sake of the kids, because I didn't want the kids to know we're fighting. But on this day, we had a bad argument, and the kids heard it, and his nephew came and broke down the door and stuff. And it was in that time that I asked him, I said, you know, you have to go. You have to go. I can't live like this. You are turning me into somebody who relies on meds to sleep and everything else. And from that time when he left, my life became better, even though at first it was hard. My husband is the kind of person that, my ex-husband is the kind of person that, guys, if you look at him, I am generally loud. I'm loud, I'm a speaker, I talk like I'm loud, you know me, even in my sermons. But if you see him, he's the typical person. He's the typical person that in front of people, he seems so innocent. And I knew that if I spoke, no one would believe me, because in front of people, he acts. He literally speaks like this, like this. He talks like this. But at home, it's a completely different story. So the whole church, I knew his church was going to believe him. I knew his people were going to believe him. Because most people always say women who are loud, they think we can't. They think we women who are loud, we can't. We women who are loud, we can't submit, we are evil, what. You know, so in my head, I thought, okay, if I speak up, no one is going to believe me. I want to show you, I don't know if you guys, I don't think you guys will see it, but why they wanted to take me out or to kill me was because over the time when he was doing what he was doing, I was emailing stuff. Oh, the girls that stayed in the house that I abused them. You mean the girl that you wanted to sleep with? And the same girl that I'd raised and taught and taught how to use a roll-on and taught how to use a pad. You mean that daughter that you would be asking her to massage you? And I was against the fact, because I know he's the one replying with the fake profiles. That girl, you say I abused her because I stopped you guys. I stopped you and her. I said, in this country, in South Africa, and you are a foreign national, you are non-South African, why must a teenage girl be massaging you? I was against that as a mom, because I've been abused, I've been raped, and I know what happens. And you guys said I abused the girl. I only told the girl and told you that I don't agree against her massaging you because she's a teenager. And you guys turned and said I abused the girl. Everyone who has ever entered my house knows I taught that girl everything. The first time that girl ever held the mic and ministered, I gave her the mic to preach. I loved that girl with all of me. But there's no way I'm going to be upstairs in bed sleeping. I'm going to be, you're lying, you are him. I'm going to be in bed sleeping. Any mother, your pastor, your husband, you don't know. I said to you guys, and I still have the messages. I said, girl, I don't agree with you massaging my husband. You can't massage my husband, especially when I am sleeping, because you are a teenage girl and things in this country happen. And you guys went and said I abused her. From that time, the whole time things were good until I rebuked that. Even the auntie that stayed in the house knows about that. Even my friends knows about that. That girl every time would be with your pictures and all that stuff. And if she wants something, even when you are traveled, she would talk to you about it. And I would say to you as my husband, why is it that a girl who is staying in my house can't ask for food from me but must call you while you are in another country? I was abused as a child by somebody I knew. And I was against, from that time that I was against the relationship that you and her were having, I never said that you guys had an affair. I said I see signs that it may happen, because how can a 17-year-old massage a man of God, somebody else's husband? It can't happen like that. It can't happen. Well, where I come from, it can't happen. Where I come from, it does not happen. Maybe you guys said I'm jealous of her. I can't be jealous of a child I raised. I can't be jealous of a child I raised. I can't be jealous of a child I raised, who I taught how to use roll-on, who I clothed, who I gave a first mic, who I used to put on my broadcast to minister to me. But as a mom, I saw something I did not approve of, and you guys lied, and you want to gather girls and say I treated them badly. Which other girls stayed at my house that I treated them badly? Go and gather them and tell them, in what way did I treat them badly? In South Africa, there are ministers who are in prison because they've raped girls. I was against that. I said teenage girls cannot massage a man of God. They can't massage a man of God. It had nothing to do with jealousy. I can't be jealous of children I raised. I was feeding them, I was grooming them. What? I've got my calling. I travel around the world. I'd be jealous of a teenage girl for what? I treat them bad for what? I would treat them bad for what? What was the reason? If I didn't want them to be at my house, it was simple, Mos. I had the power to tell them to leave my house. It's as simple as that. If you don't want people in your house, there was no reason for me to treat them bad. I could have simply told them to leave my house. I raised those girls, but that is why the same girls, when we were going through a divorce, because you guys had this relationship that you had. What kind of a girl, when you see your I'm not gonna block her. No, don't block her. Leave them. I don't want to block them. Let them be there. Let them express their own, and I want them to do their own life. Don't leave them, guys. Don't block them. I don't want to block them. No, I don't want to block them. Let them express. Because if I block them, it means I've got something to hide. Let them talk. Let's all talk. It's been a hectic 2 years. Let's all talk. Let's all be free today. Let's all talk. If I was the one who was ever unfaithful in my marriage, those girls that you're talking about, say I treated them badly. Why can't? If I treated them badly, why can't? If I treated them badly, why didn't they go back home? We are not running a cult, Mos. They would come on weekends. If I was treating them bad, why didn't they leave? Why did you even want girls in the house? Why did you always want girls in the house? Why must there be girls in the house every time? Why should there always be girls in the house every time? You are fighting for those girls, saying I treated them badly. Why were they supposed to be there in the first place? They had homes. Let's say you're right. Let's say I'm evil. Let's say I'm evil, because you guys want to say I'm evil. Let's say I'm evil, and you are there now commenting with your fake comment, with your fake profiles. If I was mean to the girls, what were they doing in the house every weekend? They could have left. Why are you fighting even in the broadcast for the girls? Why? Why are you fighting for them? You have a wife. You have your own child. Why were you fighting for the girls? Why are you fighting for teenage girls? You guys say I treated the girls badly. I'm the bad guy. I treated them badly. Okay. But what were they doing in the house? Why are you fighting even in the broadcast for the girls? Girls love mommy. Girls love, they are close to the pastor's wife. How come the girls followed you? Why did the girls follow you? Why did they follow you? Why did they follow you? Why would they testify against their mom? Girls must love their mother. Why? Why girls? Like, guys, it's been so exhausting. Like, if they can create their fake profiles and do whatever they want to do, he must not forget that every time that he did what he was doing, they can go create and fabricate, and his father can threaten me that he's going to kill me. I still have his messages that he's going to kill me. Christianity that promises people death. What kind of Christianity is that? Then it means today I'm going to die. Oh, it's fine. Let it be that I die, but at least I've spoken my truth. Speak your own truth. The reason I ran to my spiritual father was because they said if I spoke up, I was going to die. That they're going to hit me with a stroke. They're going to hit me with a stroke. He must never forget that I also saved all his stuff. I saved all his conversations with his girls and emailed them. This is what he wants, right? He wants the proof. All the conversations he was having on every social media. When I threatened that I was going to speak, he ran to social media and lied and said, I had this social media, that I'm the one chatting to girls pretending to be him. How do I hack? How do you hack even? How would I hack? How do I know how to hack this? So I would hack his... He quickly went and did a live, said, I hired people to kill him. With how much? With 2,500 that he left me with. He left me with 2,500 and took all the money. So I was going to hire assassins to kill him for what exactly? What were they going to hire? He quickly went to social media last year. If you check, mid last year. No, guys, the truth has to be told. Let it be today. Like this weekend, let it be the last day. Maybe I was preaching. If God wants to end it, I don't care. At this point, I'm done trying to keep credibility. I'm not a celebrity, I'm a minister. But before a minister, I'm a human being. My ex-husband is silly. I've got emails. These emails date back all the way to February. You can't fake an email in February. If I cheated on him, they date back all the way to February. Every day I must be promised death. I'm going to die. Then when I threatened that I was going to expose him, he went on live and said, I'm working with people. I'm working with people to try and kill him. Kill him with what? What do I have? What did I have back then? What did I have? He left me with nothing. Who was I going to hire? Staying in an expensive estate, driving a Mercedes-Benz, which obviously, since he took all the money at that time, I didn't even know how I was going to maintain the life. And he told me straight up, if you can't maintain the life, downgrade. If you can't maintain the life, downgrade. Because you can't listen to me. Because you don't listen to me. And thank God that God did not allow me to hit rock bottom or to downgrade. I'm so blessed I lack nothing. And even the cars and the things he took, he can't stand that. I bought myself my own my own Mercedes again. That I'm now in my own complex, staying with my children. He can't stand it. Yo, guys, you can ask again where I got that guy from. That guy, like, I feel like for 5 years I didn't know who he was because the flames he showed me in the past 2 years. Yo, his father, I know now, is going to curse me. I know he's going to go and curse me. He's going to go and stand, because that's what they do. They curse people to die. So I know they're going to curse me now. His father is going to curse me, and I know all his demons who have nothing to lose, who are eating the money I worked hard for, are going to create fake accounts now, and they're going to gather people, give them a few rands and tell them to go and speak and say, prophetess did this to me, and prophetess did this to me, prophetess did, let them do it. I'm not moved anymore. I'm not that woman who was fearful 2 years ago. I'm not scared of you guys anymore. I'm not scared of you guys. I'm not scared. Like God got me to a point where I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you at all. Come to my country and you threaten me. Can't kill me in my country. South Africa is my country. You can't kill me here. Lying. Can't kill me here. Who do you guys think you are? You didn't give me life. You can't kill me. Can't pick me with a stroke. If I get a stroke, then I would know that the God that I've served faithfully for the past 13 years, I would know that God, it means God does not exist. Because God, between God and me and him, God knows the truth most. There's a God in heaven. There's a God in heaven most. He knows the truth. And the Bible tells us that nothing remains hidden forever. So let the God who knows the real truth judge accordingly. But I'm done being bullied. I'm done being scared to go out. I'm done being scared to speak like this. I'm done. I'm done being the sweet pastor's wife that keeps quiet, counting on my silence, telling people whatever narrative you want to tell them. Because Prophetess Nam has got so much to lose. She's going to be scared to talk. Oh, I'm talking. Every time people will say, Prophetess, you shouldn't have spoken. Prophetess, you must keep quiet. Until when? Guys, until when? Until when must I keep quiet? Until when? Until when? It's been almost 2 years. They're not leaving me alone. I have since moved on. I'm living my life. I literally packed my bags and left the province where he is. I left the province where he is. Gave him his space. I'm in Johannesburg. Back there. He still can't let me go. Why can't he let me go? You let them come. I'm not scared of them anymore. And I'm not that bitter woman they thought I was back then. No, I'm not. I'm not that bitter woman. I've healed and I'm ministering now to other people. And that's why they're talking. That's why they're talking. Because I'm back to ministering. And guess what? God is using me mightily. The grace of God that they thought when he left me that God would not use me. And guess what? I'm going to post the videos of this weekend of how God used me mightily and they just could not stand it. So today they had to go and create fake accounts and post stories. Prophetess Nam cheated on the husband. Where? Which one? Which one? The one who left me for 5 months while I was pregnant. That one. The one who left me for 5 months when I was pregnant and didn't come back until the child was 2 months. That one who was staying in hotels to hotels, partying, living his life. I'm done with that. I'm done keeping face. Let this today mark a new day for me as well. I need peace. And I simply ministered the gospel and people fell in love with my message. And I'll continue to minister the gospel to those that will listen. But what I'm not going to do is remain silent to try and keep face. I'm not a celebrity. I don't need to keep up appearance. And I believe if God can still use, like he used me this weekend, I believe that God is not looking for actors. He's looking for imperfect, broken people. And I told him this weekend, I said, God, if you can still use me, as broken as I've been and the mistake that I've done, because the greatest mistake was to marry that man. I should have listened to my father, my spiritual father. I should have listened to my family. I never should have married that man. But God is a God of second chances. And I guess today marks my new beginning. Let them come. Let them do whatever. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not dying. I'm not the dying type. I'm not the dying type. Let his father stand on the altar naked if he wants. He's got his own stories. He's got his own stories, that one. But I'm not going to talk because he's an elder. I don't want to talk and dirty his name. There are things that I've kept quiet and covered for him. But as a spiritual father, I'm not going to speak. I'm not like that. I was never taught to disrespect elders. So with the little respect that I have for him, I'll keep quiet about the things he's done. Because I was taught to respect elders no matter what. I'm not going to talk about him. But even him, he's got his own things. That man. So they're tired of commenting. No, they're not tired of commenting. They are planning a comeback. They are recruiting now. Every person that was ever close to me, they are trying to recruit. They're not tired of commenting. They're not tired. They are planning. It's what they do. You see, people who've got nothing to lose love the mud. They love the mud. Pigs love the mud. They were waiting for this day. They've been waiting for this day for more than a year. They used to do things last year to provoke me to try and talk, and to provoke me to try and talk. But I wouldn't talk. They were doing many things. And you've got Muti, she bewitched, what, saying something is in her bag. In my bag, my daughters, my sons carry my bag. They open my bag. When I can't even get out of the bed, I tell them, open my bag and get my card. I've got things in the bag. Liar, they lie. Because they know they want my book hurt them. My invitation to the United States hurt them. My invitation for this weekend broke them. Because they wanted me to stay down. I won't stay down. I won't. They kept me quiet for more than a year. Yes, thank you for that. Yes, I'm gaining weight since I left him. You can't see I'm looking cute. I'm even gaining weight because I'm free from torment and torture. I've even picked up so much weight. Thank you. I'm beautiful because I feel free. I sleep well. Let them create their fake accounts. Let them plan their comebacks. Let them say what they say. Like I told him, even today, I said, after you've said what you've said, Muti, imagine me, Muti. Muti. Why did he marry me then? If I had Muti, because he found me preaching, he found me in my church. The gloves are off. That's my niece. The gloves are off. I'm tired, guys. Like I've tried, ministry, sometimes we are expected to be like this. Ministry, the pressure in ministry must be like this. And even in this life, there are some of them, my ministry, my enemies in ministry, when I cry, they are laughing. Let them laugh. I don't care. I'm at the point where I don't care. Laugh tomorrow. You will cry my cry also. Life is a very long journey. I can't be suffering, guys. Like I prayed and prayed. I tried to keep what they say in ministry, remain silent, be prayerful, do this, do that. I can see all his daughters and sons are here. God bless you guys. All the people that block me, I see you're watching. I see them entering the live. God bless you guys. After the live, you guys can go and create your own stuff. All of you. I'm waiting for you guys. You said you want to take me down, Mos. You guys are God. You guys are God. You guys are God. You think marriage is what made me. You found me preaching the gospel. In fact, I truly believe now more than ever that you saw me making it in ministry. You saw me as a great woman of God in ministry. You saw the anointing of God upon me in ministry. And you targeted me. You targeted me. Promised me that I could still preach. I could still serve God, while you knew that your aim was to silence my ministry. Your aim was to silence my calling. Don't know what you and your father are in. Whatever you guys are in, you thought you could steal my star. You thought you could capture my star. Or maybe the way you guys are so wicked, maybe you even thought you could sacrifice me. I don't know. Because I don't know what you guys stand for, because I don't see God in you guys. I don't know. I don't see God in you guys. I don't understand how Christianity and somebody you were married to sharing a bed with you for so many years could be so wicked. It's not possible for someone who has God. People divorce, man. Divorce happens But I've never understood how someone, you shared a bed with someone, you helped to get to where he is, you helped him when he had nothing, could turn around and be so evil. Why couldn't he just leave me to live my life? Why couldn't he just leave me? Why can't you leave me? I left him with his girlfriends and for him to live his life. Why couldn't you leave me? I left him to do whatever he wanted to do. He's got all the girls there in the church. So what is his problem? What is his problem? Why? Why are you pursuing my life? This thing happened. It's been over 2 years. It's been almost 2 years. I have left you. I've left your province. I've left your church. I've left you the money. I've left you everything. What do you want from me? It means you are pursuing my calling. You are after my soul. You are after my life. If you allow a man to take the churches, if you allow a man to take the money, what do you still want? I quietly, and I never ever spoke. Go to my Facebook. I never said a word. I quietly left him in spite of everything that he had done. I quietly left. But still, my silence is not enough. He's still pursuing me. What does he want? It means he's after my very breath. He's after my very soul. He's after my very soul. I didn't fight. I didn't contest the divorce. I never asked for a cent. Nothing. I started from scratch. So what does he want? What are they still after my life? I have even moved on with my life. And I am happy with my life. But they can't stand to see me happy. Now I'm getting up. Now I'm ministering. It hurts them. It hurts them because you know what they do most on the altar. They say to the people in the altar, she will go down. If I be a true man of God, she will go down. The problem now is that I was not going down. So now he's losing credibility with his members. So now they must pull all these stunts. Because you know them most. When they want to seem like they are fearful, they tell their members, you see that one, she's the one who did me wrong. If I am a man of God, she's going to lose everything. She's going to lose her mind. They said most, they were posting that I'm going to get a stroke. She's going to get a stroke. If I'm a man of God, she's going to get a stroke. If I'm a man of God, she's going to lose her mind. If I'm a man of God, she's going to go down. Problem now is that a year after they've done what they've done, I was not going down. I was going up. That's why they can't leave me alone. And now, all the declarations they made on the declarations they made on their page, on their pulpit, they are losing credibility because I'm still here and I'm flourishing. Guys, it's been a lot. I don't care. Like, I'm at that point. I'm so tired of them. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I've kept the wisdom and became your typical pastor's wife. Keep yourself, keep your pride, keep the wisdom, answer in wisdom, talk in wisdom. Yo guys, I'm tired. I'm done. Don't care. Those who want to unfollow my page, unfollow it. Doesn't matter. I didn't grow the page most. It was God who gave increase. Don't care. I don't care, guys. But I'm done being silent. I'm done. He wanted this fame because I know he can't make it in life without mentioning my name. I've given him the fame. I've given him the fame he wants. Now he's got something to talk about. Let them regroup. Let them gather again as a church. Let them plan. Let them call the people to declare on the altar. Let them call the girls. Let them call the men. Yes, she's saying that time you were teaching us on suicide and mental health. Was it the time it was happening? Yes, it was part of the time when it was happening. It was the time when it was happening. And what also the devil wanted me to do, what he was trying to do, He knows that in the past years, I've been preaching a lot on marriage because I love marriage. I love marriage so much, and I'm going to get married again. Oh, yes, I will. He knows I love marriage so much. So in the past, he knows that I love marriage. So the devil wanted to mess up my marital destiny so that he silences me. But I'll never be silent. I'm still going to speak on marriage. I believe in marriage. I love marriage. And I believe in love. And I've moved on. And I am happy and I'm gaining weight. And I am ministering. And I'm never going to stop. And I'm never going to be bitter. Oh, I won't be bitter. I won't be reduced to that. Just came here to speak my own truth, because a lot of people knew a lot of truth, and there are many things that I haven't said. But I will not say it. I kept quiet because we have a child. I kept quiet because we are ministers. People don't want to hear our problems. People want to hear the word of God. But I know, guys, it's too much. It's too much. And I believe even from this, that God thank you guys. Thank you guys for your countless support. I have respected you guys, especially the people that believe in me and follow me. I've respected you guys for more than a year. That's why I kept quiet. I've respected you because I know that you came here to receive life, to be spoken to from the word of God. But also I'm human. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. I'm tired. Whatever must happen, must happen. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Sorry to say it like that. I don't care. I'm tired. These people are silly. These people are wicked. It's enough now. It's enough now. No more death threats. No more fake accounts that they keep creating. I'm ready. Create them. Bring the testimonies. Tell me where. Tag me. Put it on my page. Buy the bloggers. Like you buy those fake likes you're using. Like you buy those fake likes you're using. Buy them. Because you guys buy everything. Buy likes. Buy the likes. Buy the fake blogs. Let them blog. Their job is to blog. I won't. I won't buy them. Everything you guys buy must fake following, fake followers, fake likes, fake everything. Buy them. I don't care. I'm done. Guys, I think let's leave it here for now. But for now, I'm good, guys. I'm not gonna take time off. I'm very much good. I healed from my divorce. I did heal. I healed from my divorce, and I even moved on from my divorce. The only reason why I was crying is because it's not that I'm still broken, but I've had enough. I was exhausted. I was drained because this weekend I just preached. I had just been preaching. And they started doing it again and again, and started doing it again. Posting, doing this, getting this picture, getting that picture. I'm tired, guys. Do it, guys. I'm ready. Anyway, guys, whatever will be, will be. I'm at that point where I don't care. I love you guys. I've kept quiet for almost 2 years because I love you and I respect you guys as your leader. But somebody has got to stand up for themselves. Somebody must stand up for themselves. I'm not gonna cower anymore. Whatever. I'm not gonna cower anymore. More are those that are for me than those against me. You're just a church with fake profiles. Okay, guys. It's amazing, Knox. If Knox is a real person, where do they get the files from? Where does Knox get the files from? It's amazing how Knox is forgetting and talking so much. If you're a fake profile, where do you have files from? Guys, I love you guys. I'm so tired. I've been preaching this weekend, and God moved. Thank you so much, guys, for lending me an ear. For those that are married, please stay married. If the marriage is good, love each other. Marriage is from God. Don't stop. Don't allow the devil into your marriage. Love each other. Marriage is beautiful when it is beautiful. And there are marriages that last. Oh, they are. Marriage is beautiful. And that's why I still believe in marriage. Marriage is beautiful. To the divorced like myself and are dealing with the most, heal. And God restores. And some people in society may say, no, they don't want to invite you to minister because you're divorced. Trust me, let me tell you something. The people who are for you will be for you. Pastor's wife, don't keep quiet because of it. The people that are for you will be for you. Minister. No, the views are dropping. I never put any fake. I'm not like you guys. I don't buy fake views. The views are dropping because my network. Remember, that's you guys. The views are dropping because my network keeps going down and I'm closing. I'm not JP Moss. Let's go to Instagram. Can we go to the Instagram and see? Guys are crazy. Now there are people commenting here. Who comments there? You've got 2,000 likes, but you've got 3 comments. Anyway, I don't want to be petty. Let me not be drawn to pettiness. The people that found themselves single like me and going through the most, stay the course. God is faithful. God restores. It is not marriage that fails, but it is the people in the marriage. Marriage is from God, and marriage is from God, and marriage is of God, and marriage is beautiful. Marriage does not fail. It is the people in it that fail. So never stop believing in the institution that is marriage. And please, guys, there's some of you who are writing that if this is what is happening in marriages, I will never marry. Don't ever have that mindset. Don't ever have that mindset. Don't ever have that mindset. Let not my marriage be the standard for your love story. Don't allow my failure to set the tone. To set the tone for your love story. There are beautiful love stories. There are people I know who have been married for years. There are some people who've been married for years and they're making it. So marriage is beautiful. Don't allow one person's failure to make you stop believing in the beauty of marriage, because me, Nashim, I'm going to get married again, and I'm going to love again, and I'm going to be happy again, and whatever. My ex-husband and his people enjoy your 2 minutes of fame, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I just had to come. I've been practicing the Bible. It's not easy being a minister. I've been trying to practice the Bible for so long. I know my spiritual father is probably going to be mad, but he doesn't understand what I feel. It's too much, guys. It's too much, guys. I was beating my husband. Wow. No, don't commit yourself. There are good marriages, and my next marriage is going to be beautiful. So, I love you guys, and God is a God who restores. They're going to enjoy today and laugh for a few minutes, but God restores. They didn't call me. God restores, and He's already in the process of restoring. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for the fake profiles. Thank you for the fake stories that you guys are going to put up. But I like it because now I speak my side of the story, and you guys can continue to speak your guys' side of the story, so that you can try and maintain faith and save the church. Obviously you've got a church to save. Well, I can't even call it a church. That business you're running, that you call a church, continue, do whatever it takes to try and maintain and keep those people, because you eat from that business. So work on it and create the stories. I'm ready for you guys. I'm ready for you guys. I'm not that same woman you messed with about 2 years ago. Not this time. I love you guys. Once more, to everybody that loves me, to everybody that supports me, I'm so sorry, guys, to have put you through this. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry from the bottom of my heart. I've never ever wanted this mess to be on social media, because we owe you to be proper leaders. And I'm sorry that I've had to put you guys through this. But today I felt it was too much. I felt it was too much. I felt it was enough. That if I never speak about it, then it will continue, because I left those people to do whatever that they needed to do. But they still pursue me. I've been living my life. I've been enjoying my life. But they just can't leave me. They can't leave me because they want my soul. So I'm really sorry. I like to show people God, and to show God and to show people the goodness of God. But I guess this is another book. My story is still being written, and I guess there's another book on its own. As I've written Undefeated, I'm undefeated even in this. I've never even ever announced my divorce. He is the one who announced it and made it, and made people, and made it because he was paying blogs to blog that we are divorced, because he wanted to be famous. He wanted to be famous. He loves fame. He's desperate for fame. So even when he announced it, none of you ever saw me. Ever go back on my Facebook. None of you ever saw me speak about it. I respected him. I respected our home in spite of all the nonsense he's been doing. But guys, because I was respecting you guys because I'm your minister. But oh guys, I can't. I was respecting his family. I was respecting my children. I was respecting everyone that I ministered to. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you guys.